Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. This is the fourth video of this Java series. In this video, I'll cover the math operations and concatenation in Java. So in the last video, we learned how to declare variables. So int x equals 2, int y equals 4, and int z equals 6. There's also a simpler way we can do this by just declaring int x, y, and z, and then down below we can say x equals 2, y equals 4, and then z equals 6. So that way you can declare a whole bunch of containers and then store values in those containers. Okay. Well, with math operations, you need to also have a container to hold the data that we're going to be doing the math operations with. So we'll just do an A, a B, and a C as well, just to hold that other data. Okay, so like in math class, you can say A equals x plus, let's say, 4. Okay? And then we'll do a system.out.println to print out that data that we're storing in A. So we'll go ahead and run that. So x equals 2 plus the 4, and it's getting stored in A, and then the println command is going to print out that A, and we're getting the 6. But what if we want to know what we did down here in the output? Well, we can do a little concatenation. We'll add in 2 double quotes, and inside those double quotes we can type out x plus 4 and the equal sign. I'll give a few spaces in there to make it look a little nicer. And then we'll add a plus sign before the A, right after that ending double quote. Okay? So if we run that again, we'll get x plus 4 equals 6. So now we're knowing what we're doing below with the data. Okay, now there are other math operations such as the minus sign. Let's say we want to do a z minus x. So we'll do another system.out.println z minus x. Oh, put that in quotes. Equal sign plus b, and we'll print that out, and we get the z minus x. So 6 minus 2, sorry, and we get the 4. Okay, and then there's also the multiplication. So we can say we want to do x, and the star is the multiplication symbol in Java. And let's say we want to multiply it by, let's say 3. Okay? And system.out.print. And we'll say we want to do the x times 3. Add your spaces to make it look a little bit nicer. And we'll run that again. So 2 times 3 is 6. Okay? And then there's also the division. Let's say we want to divide 6 divided by 3. Okay? System.out.println. And we did a 6 divided by 3. Make sure we have our equal sign in there, and we use the a variable, and we'll run that again. 6 divided by 3 should be 2. Well, now let's change it to do a 6 divided by 4. What happens when we do that? Well, we get a 1. Well, we know that 6 divided by 4, oh, we forgot to change this. We know that 6 divided by 4 should be 1.5 or 1.5. Well, with Java, when you're storing something in an integer, it cannot be a decimal. So we'll have to use a double for that. So we'll do a double. We'll declare C as a double instead of an integer. we'll use C down here. And then we also need to use some decimal numbers down below. And that gives the compiler room to give you that half. Otherwise, it just treats these as integers and won't do the proper calculation. So let's add a few decimal points in here. And now, when we run it, still have that set as A. We need to do C. Now when we run it, we'll get the 1.5. You also notice that the x times 3, because we're using the same variable C here, is also now a decimal. And that's what the doubles are used for. Okay, now the last math operator is called the modulo. Now modulo will return the remainder of a division. It's used primarily in cryptography. So let's say we do the 6 modulo 4 equals A. Okay, so what this should return is a 2, because the 4 goes into 6 one time, and then there will be 2 1s left over. We'll go ahead and run that, and then we get the 2. And that's pretty much all of the math operators. Now a little bit more on concatenation. When you want to concatenate a few different items, let's say we have a few strings. Let's declare a few strings. String, let's say O, P, and Q. Okay, so O equals Y, and we'll say P equals hello, and Q equals there. Why hello there. So we can also add strings together as well as variables. Well, so we can say O plus P plus Q. There won't be any spaces. We should add some spaces in there. There we go. Now if we run it, we get the why hello there. We can even add, let's say we want to add a question mark at the end. We'll add the question mark there at the end. Run that again, and we get the question mark. And you can do a whole bunch of stuff with this. You can add letters in front of things. You could take them away. Let's say we wanted to add let's say wow. And we'll run that again. Wow, why hello there. And we need to add that space there in the middle. There we go. Wow, wow, why hello there. So you can do a whole bunch of little things with concatenation. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.